Hi.
Are you Wilton? Something like that? No, who are you?
Joe Friendly.
Joe Friendly.
You're going to march to the Saudi Arabia mission?
Not till 12.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
Yes, sir. How are you? Yeah. Well, I will give you a countdown when to start this back. Tell me the number. I sent you something. It's like somebody would tell me very well.
It's absolutely so difficult. Yeah. Hello. Yesterday.
Well, I've got two.
Well, the one that
Okay. Richard John. Older. I like Buddhism.
we weren't there.
Oh, you can be able to do this there too. Well, quickly, you gotta get with the cars. You gotta get arrested.
Well, we're in good company.
I don't know your name.
Mary.
This is George.
I'm George.
George.
Nice to see you.
George.
So how would you compare this to Hitler's citizens saying they didn't know such horrible things were going on?
Well,
There are similarities.
I think there are great similarities, and I'm just, I do feel that people are starting to notice, and I think it's important for us to be here and give the message, and hopefully people will care enough to do
Oh, I
something.
see your pin. Save Yemen. But the millions of people involved near death is parallel to what Hitler did to the Jews.
Yes, it's just a tragedy. It's just beyond belief, really, the suffering that's going on in Yemen. And the United States is so involved in this tragedy that the American people have a responsibility to do something about it. And that's why we're here.
Refueling the planes that are doing the bombing.
Yes, and selling the arms, the $110 billion arms sale to the Saudis by this administration.
And Trump justifying it about how much money it is.
Exactly, it's all about money with him, isn't it? So, yes, we're here to defend human life.
What would you like to tell the American people?
Oh, I just think, I think particularly in Yemen, it's a very, very urgent crisis that our actions could have a really significant impact on preventing the suffering death of quite a number of innocent people, in Yemen. Like I heard, like if the U.S. cuts off its arms and logistical support, that it would prevent an unbelievably bad famine that the UN is calling could be the worst in a century.
We're talking about deaths of the order of millions, comparable
Yeah.
to the Jews in Germany.
Right, exactly. Yeah, a Holocaust of sorts. So yeah, it's. Our actions right now really matter. Who are you? What are you with?
I have a daily show called Truth for a Change in Minneapolis.
Oh, right. Well, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Did you get one of them?
Would you read it out loud, please?
Oh, yeah, I could do that. This is from Voices Rising for Yemen. This is the Saudi-led, U.S.-supported bombardment and siege of Yemen is helping to drive what the UN fears will become the world's worst famine in over a century, endangering the lives of 14 million people. The Saudi dictatorship, recently on U.S. TV screens for its inconsolate torture and dismemberment of Washington Post journalist Jamal Khashoggi, leads the coalition that since March 2015 has attacked Yemen with U.S. support, including massive arms shipments, fierce diplomatic cover, and actual mid-air refueling of Saudi and United Arab Emirates planes on bombing runs. The notorious August 2018 attack on a school bus killing over 40 children employed U.S.-supplied munitions. Further tragic incidents targeting civilians have followed. A naval and aerial blockade sporadically permitting relief shipments was made worse this year by the long-dreaded attack on Yemen's vital relief port of Hodeidah. While what seems a systematic bombing campaign against Yemen's economic infrastructure means that even where food is available, fewer and fewer desperate Yemenis can buy it. The Saudi leader is on record claiming time is on our side, as the humanitarian crisis, already the cause of one of the modern era's worst cholera outbreaks, further weakens opposition. Houthis governing from Yemen's capital in turn insist outrage at an outgoing famine will defeat the attack. The direct death toll solely due to military attack, rising by 2,000 a month, will soon total 60,000 Yemenis. We call on parties in this conflict to immediately and permanently end all military and economic assault on Yemen. We urgently demand that the U.S. permanently withdraw from warfare half a world away in Yemen, starting now. The U.S. request for a ceasefire to begin in 30 days, in which time many thousands will die, has been met by the Saudis with the surge of violence directed at Hodeidah. Please take immediate action to help end U.S. attacks against Yemen. Join campaigns contacting legislatures and local media at justforeignpolicy.org, or support protests such as the weekly vigil meeting in New York City's Union Square each Saturday at 11 o'clock. For further suggestions with links to protest materials and to groups endorsing today's vigil, please visit voicesforcreativenonviolence.org/rising for Yemen.
So that's an idea, a just foreign policy.
Yeah.
The American people really have been fooled all along thinking we were pushing freedom and democracy around the world when our empire was doing such horrible things.
Right. Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah. And it's amazing how a lot of people realize we have 800 military bases. We're spending over half of discretionary spending on current and past wars. And I think most people really realize the costs. I mean, just the economic costs, not the more importantly the human costs. There would be a quick change. Thank you for being here.
Okay, you got your hair all fixed up. Now you can talk.
Just getting in my mouth.
Oh. What would you like the American people to know?
War breeds war.
Our foreign policy is kind of belligerent. Pathetically. Yeah. So which repressive regime that win in the United States?
Both. The repressive regime of the United States and Saudi Arabia.
Talk about what is repressive going on here.
Well, repressive is selling $110 billion worth of destructive equipment to another country to kill and maraud and starve innocent civilians. That to me is repressive. It's unacceptable. We talk about American values, but I don't know what they are anymore. Just empty rhetoric half the time.
So the American people think we have been a force for democracy around the world, but the story is the other way around, huh?
But what is that?
The American people have been conned into believing we've been pushing freedom and democracy.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, great ally in Saudi Arabia, one of the best guys, and we're duped into thinking that he's bringing a little semblance of democracy into Saudi Arabia when we know what he's doing. And the Americans are duped into thinking. So the Americans are duped into thinking that this is, you know, this Saudi Arabian prince is really a good guy and he'll do the right thing, and
There's
it
nothing
doesn't
good
look
about
like
him at all,
it. There's nothing that I see. In the beginning, I thought he might be a little bit better because, believe it or not, women could go to the cinema. Maybe they could drive. Maybe. But he's put a lot of those behind bars, too. A lot of those women behind bars as well, including some of his own family. So no, I don't really think that we're supporting a would-be or could-be democratic regime in Saudi Arabia. But this administration is willing to convince, especially with Jared Kushner being the best friend. So, you know, if he's on the side of Saudi Arabia, it must be right.
Speaking of democracy, what's the story about Iran?
Well, with the sanctions, again, I mean, why would we want to put more sanctions on them to make them more angry? It makes no sense to me. Oh, yes, well, I guess it depends how you define democracy, right? Why would we do that? Why would we do that? Again, who suffers from sanctions? It's the people. It's not the government. They'll find ways to survive. It's the people. So, but with the rhetoric about Iran, Americans just think it's fine, whatever hurts them, that's fine. They don't realize it's humans we're talking about. It's people, it's women, it's children, it's innocent people.
Speaking of democracy, what's the story of Mossadegh?
About
Mossadegh.
Mossadegh. Oh, in Iran? Oh, yeah, well, we overthrew him pretty nicely for the Shah.
He was too democratic.
That's right. So we'll put the Shah in power because, as Roosevelt used to call Somoza in Nicaragua, he's a son of a bitch, but he's our son of a bitch. So, I mean, really, that's how it is. So Mossadegh was thrown out, and we backed up the Shah. The United States has a lot to answer for, but Americans don't know their history. And because of that, they're the righteous people. The U.S. is the righteous one, and everybody else is wrong, and we do the right. And it's a black and white situation, which is so not true.
Well, it's kind of the opposite.
Right? It's so not right. And that's where we are to this very day.
And Toad Pink is among the few voices that pushes in that direction to wise up the American people.
Which voices?
Toad Pink.
Oh, yes. Yes. Absolutely. We have to do our own little bit in our own little corner and do what we can, where we can, when we can. That's all we can do. Thanks.
And when I've been with him, he's usually at 4:30 in the morning.
I know.
American people to know?
That the U.S. dollars are being used to back the Saudi repression of the Yemeni people. Children are dying, and as an American, I feel responsible, and that's why I came out here today.
What are some of the numbers involved? How many people are at risk?
Well, from what I understand, millions. It's millions, yeah. So it's very grave,
I still have the card because I had so many of them that I was part of GR from my county.
Needs.
Yeah, that's why the NJ. The Marie Blizzard is now, Marie is now our head of our union.
What you got?
I'm okay. How are you doing?
Oh, we had somebody read that out loud already.
Sorry?
We had somebody read that out loud on the camera.
Yes, that's it.
But not this one. What is this similar?
This is from the New York Review of Books, and it's by Mark Weisbrot, and it's called How Congress Can End the War in Yemen. And you are welcome to learn. See, it has both sides. It's quite expensive.
So you got the scenario for tomorrow worked out? All right.
Start back now. Hey. Move out. I want to take a picture of these guys.
Oh, okay.
Go. Don't step in front of the cars. Wilson from Other Voices and Choices.
Oh.
Yeah. How you doing?
Yeah, I use your stuff sometimes, thank you.
Yeah. Cool. I'm streaming right now to YouTube
Oh,
and Facebook.
streaming.
Yeah.
Wow.
With any luck, I got to look it up and see if it's actually working. You'll see. I thought I had this thing started. We're hoping to do some interviews and stuff, that kind of thing, Otherwise, it's not very a very exciting live stream, Hello out there in Joe Friendly Land. This is Wilton from Other Voices, Other Choices. What are you up to?
I wish I knew how to live stream. What do you need all that?
You gotta throw a bunch of money at it.
Oh, that's what you do.
Yeah, and then you gotta have about 20 very public failures, and then you start to figure out how to do it. Okay, where are we?
Did you come out yesterday in the rain?
No, this is our first day here. We're gonna be here tomorrow
Me
too.
Yeah, I almost showed up and I thought, no, they're not going to. Was there anything here at all? I don't think so.
Oh, that I don't know.
Yeah.
Sorry for that.
I'm getting a little hot, so I'm gonna want to change it about it if you don't mind.
Maybe you could switch with someone. Back here will take it over. And just have one mother out there now.
I'll do one more.
Okay.
ونقول لليمنيين والبيئة الداخل نحن معكم وإن الشعب وإنما
That's the bus.
It's always about race. It's always about money. And those are the two things you can control. And power.
So it could be everything from hootie partisans to right things.
34 back.
Wait. Okay, now.
But tomorrow they're going to have the 34 backpacks, and they expect 34 people to get arrested. Representing the children, all the school children who got killed.
Yeah, sorry, I got the chubby for him.
I was just telling Joe about tomorrow. You have 34 people lined up?
I don't know. How's that for a
he's in
soundbite? I don't know.
Good, I said you're in charge.
There's an honest man for you.
Is anybody going to stay here with you? My jacket.
I don't know.
Find out.
Yes, we have to do that. Yeah, we're emphasizing somebody has to be here. We'll find
كاتي كاتي I think so very much. كاتي هي شرحت عن شرح مطول عن اليمن وعن حتى أسباب حرب اليمن، وقالت إن اليمن ليست بلدا فقيرا وإنما بلد ذات ثروات، وهذا الحرب لم يكن إلا حرب من أجل تقطيع اليمن وثرواتها، وهي تأسف، والشعب الأمريكي يجب أن يأسف. وكلما اتصل بها هاتفيا من بعض الولايات غالبا ارسال هذا الولاية from Albany, Romani, كثير من الولايات.
Okay, what we're going to be doing in a few minutes is have a procession with, I'm sure there's more than 34 of us. We have 34 backpacks and signs with the names. What we want to have is a single file with the mourning mothers, having us carrying a backpack in front of us with the sign. It'll be, and then we have these signs are kind of in a vermicelli sequence. Get those in order. And Jun-san will have her drum, and other than that, we'll be silent. So I think first of all, the backpacks, the mourning mothers, and the backpacks, and put these in line, and then other people behind that with signs and banners. I have the U.S. mission is just a block up, the Saudis a little bit farther, and we'll just kind of slow down, maybe stop for just a minute,
Wave to the security camera.
and then move on. We'll go around the block to the where's the consulate?
Between 46 and 47.
Which side of the avenue?
This side.
This side. Okay, good. So we will go up to what, 46th Street. The 46th Street's got lots of construction. What would be the best way?
Park down there.
Why don't we go to 40? Okay, 48th and swing around.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, and then they're not marked, so I've got signs that I made saying this is the Saudi mission, the Saudi consulate, and then we'll come back here.
My jacket is safe, right?
We need a couple volunteers for things. We need somebody who's going to just stay here with our stuff. And also, in case somebody comes and is looking for us, because we said we'd be here from 11 to 1. So is there somebody who feels like they could just stay here? Okay, so we got one person or two people.
Somebody else. Somebody else.
Well, anyway, there'll be somebody here. And so can we now get the backpacks and the names? And we'll find out how many people we have then.
Either a chain or a collar.
No, we have placards.
All right, we'll meet again on Very nice. I like it. Very good idea. All right, then this does really good. This looks great. This one. It's a nice idea she has. Folded it in. It's in a fold. Yes. Yes, very good. Someday.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Oh, this is, and this is full.
And also, we need leafleters.
Sorry? Oh, I had no idea.
I might just do that. Because I have it on my phone More backpacks here, folks.
هؤلاء المتظاهرون والناشطون الذي لديهم إحساس يحملون حقائب أطفال ضحيان. وهم كما ترون من كبار السن. أتوا إلى هنا متعبين منهكين ليس إلا ليقولوا للعالم لن نسمح بقتل الأطفال مهما كلفنا الأمر ومهما عانينا من مشقة الوقوف والمشي. الذين يحملون ما لا يحمله اليمنيين هنا في المحجر. كما ترون كثيرا طبعا السعودية.
Bye.